Hello there, Vault Hunters. GenIVIV here, bringing you a guide to a legendary shield in Borderlands 3 called the Messy Breakup. I'll be first going over where you can find it, and secondly, talk about what kinds of things you can expect from this interesting shield. Let's begin. Searching for this shield leads us to the Voracious Canopy Zone on Eden 6. This is the third zone, I believe, when going through the story. During that part of the story, you head towards the Family Jewel, the crashed ship in the area. The combat AI of the Family Jewel, GenIVIV, is the boss you ultimately end up fighting and who drops the shield. Thankfully, she is one of the many bosses who has a new use station right outside of the boss room, so continuously wiping her out shouldn't be too difficult. It's just tolerating GenIVIV's voice, which might prove a challenge. I defeated her around 30 times and ended up with 3 Messy Breakup Shield drops on Mayhem 3, so here's hoping you don't have too much of a difficult time getting them yourself. You may want to think about which one you keep though, which we'll go over in the stats section. Messy Breakup is a quite interesting shield, with a lot of potential and fun factor, and a couple of cons as well. The shield itself has a broken heart design on it, and the red text reads, "It's complicated," keeping with the theme of the whole GenIVIV Balex thing. The two effects after you read "It's complicated" are unique to this shield. They say, you are accompanied by a small drone that will fire at enemies, dealing so much damage per shot, depending on level, at a fairly slow rate of fire, and when your shield breaks, a temporary drone will come to your aid, which has about 3 times the rate of fire of the regular drone. I timed it and it looks to be about 10 seconds for the temporary drone. Firstly, a shield that adds to your damage output is awesome. I've learned getting a shock-resistant and corrosive variant that the elements that the drones fire reflect what it's resistant to. So the shock-resistant shield that I got, the drones were firing shock-based projectiles. The corrosive one, same deal, they were firing corrosive projectiles. So elemental versatility comes with this shield too, and why I suggested you might want to farm for multiples. And even though the recharge takes a little bit of time on the shield, I did also find out that it doesn't need to refill in order to make more temporary drones. They do stack. At one point, I had 3 total drones following me around during a fight, and it was entertaining to say the least. Other than the fairly long recharge time and delay, I would say probably the biggest downside of the shield doesn't have anything to do with its stats, it's that it speaks in GenIVIV's voice. So mid-fight, and also just when you're traveling around, you will hear GenIVIV speaking to you, and she's already kind of meant to be an annoying character, and ideally I don't think anybody wants to be called a cutie idiot on a regular basis by their shield. However, volume sliders are a thing, the mute button's a thing, or just cranking up the game's music. That works too. The soundtrack's great. One more thing, and I didn't get to test it as much, but I think that the main drone can be destroyed if you're fighting something that has a lot of area of effect attacks like some of the bosses in the game. But you can simply spawn the drone again by re-equipping the shield. To throw a fun idea out there, because you can make so many drones with this shield, and if you find a TD or legendary called the 10-gallon, which also creates a drone when you reload it, and since Zane has a drone as an ability, I'd like to see what kind of drone insanity can happen. So if you're a Zane player, tell me how it went in the comments. And everybody else, did you find some other cool tricks with the Messy Breakup Shield? Let's talk about it. If you found this guide useful, entertaining, or both, do whatever you see fit to show that. And if you wish to join the incredible supporters on screen now, pledging as little as $1 to keep this channel going on the Patreon is how you can do that. Special thanks to Wasteland Legend Sven, and thank you for watching. I'm GenIVIV, and may you wander the galaxy like you own it.